Okay, so the picking, first of all, remember how to hold the pick. Hopefully that's enough lighting to see. Middle and index, sitting where you feel you have the best grip, which it should naturally fall into. Boom, you can clearly see how I'm holding it, so that you can do this motion and the pick feels like it's secure. So index is kind of coming across, thumb like that. You can go like this comfortably. Speaking of which, remember this exercise when you just have a pick, to just practice this motion with your hand flat, turned back and forth like this. And so picking the position, having your forearm resting comfortably like this, and then wrists comfortably angled, like not forcing, but just where it feels natural, so that we can get kind of a diagonal attack across the strings. And so I think at this point you could probably bar a chord if you feel up to it. So I like to do a barred A just because I'm really working my fingers by having a full, all 6 strings chord, which you probably know this shape, but it's like an E there, and then index bars all across. And try and make sure each string is audible, so like none of them are like, so hold this if you can while you're doing all of your right hand exercises, and what this will do is really apply your picking to your playing. It's like a syncopation thing. It's really a great way to get the best out of this exercise, because you're not doing anything with your left hand, you're just keeping it held. But if you need to just do it solo for a while until this becomes more comfortable, go for it. Whatever you need to do to get the accuracy first, and then you can add a bar or go pick up the speed, but make sure you're going as slow as you need to in order to get the proper technique out of it. And that's the best way to get the most out of these exercises anyway, generally. So there was the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 individual string picking and specific counting technique that I use so that I'm not having to think a whole lot while I'm doing it. So the first one obviously is the 8, and I count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember the fingers, I'm just keeping them relaxed, so like not totally curled up, but not forcing them out, just kind of a relaxed, everything relax as you can, and this area is doing the work. And then also, just real quick, the wrist positioning, just try and remember like keeping a nice O shape if possible. So like, so if you start to get like too bunched up or too up, you'll notice it's harder to do it, and that's just a good way to like remind yourself how to keep a great position. And so the 8 string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move on to the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And do that 4 times, up and down. Always make sure you're alternating, of course, that just makes everything you play a whole lot easier if you can think in terms of alternating either your strumming pattern or your picking pattern, across the whole thing. And then the 7 per string I count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then 6, I count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 5, I count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then the 4, 3, 2, 1 is pretty straightforward. Try and get an even tempo when you're going up and down. Try not to try and get a nice even, because getting a good tempo and developing that accuracy tempo-wise is a huge thing you can develop with these exercises as well. So 1, 2, 3, nice and smooth. Go as slow as you need to get an even tempo, an even volume, and a comfortable technique with the picking. 3s. The 3 is a good exercise when you have an odd number, any odd number. With these string picking exercises is good for working that alternate picking idea. The even numbers, you're always starting on the same stroke. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down. But the 3, you're alternating each string. So like for instance, 1, 2, 3, you end on a downstroke. So when you go to the next string, make sure you start it with the up stroke. 1, 2, down, up, 2, up, down, 2, down, up, 2, up, down, 2, down, up, 2, up. And then 2s. And then 1. One, again, is good on its own terms for that alternate picking idea, because a lot of people tend to, when they're playing ideas, they'll keep all one stroke, and it's a huge hindrance to just the amount of work you should be having to do to play anything. Alternate picking just makes everything so much smoother and easier. So with the 1, it's a great exercise because, again, it's an odd number. You're alternating down, up, down, up, down, up. A lot of people, when they're playing arpeggiated chords, arpeggiated meaning instead of, that's like a chord is what you might think of as like a frozen arpeggio, all the strings at once. And then an arpeggio, you're playing each string within the chord or each note individually. And a lot of people would play that naturally as all one direction. But when you alternate, it might feel super awkward at first, or it doesn't make sense to do it that way, but it gives you so much more control over doing that type of thing. So the 1 per string is great to directly apply to actually writing really musical sounding parts. And so then the one other thing with these is when you get to the 4, 3, 2, 1 per string exercises, go again 4 per count, so like 4 4s, 4 3s, 4 2s, 4 1s, but with 4 through 1, do what I call like a staggered exercise on top of it. Do 2 of them, so meaning like you've got your 4 count. So you do 4 of those, up and down, up and down, up and down, and then do a staggered, like 1 2 1 2 3 2 3 4, and so on. So like 1 2 3 4 1 2 The ones you'll be tempted to go fast, but try and keep it slow. I even have to. These are just great for developing your accuracy. So just in terms of everything you would play, if you're going, just your ability to go back and forth and hit the strings quickly and smoothly. Stuff like that. Anything you can think of. So I think that's everything. And then another thing to just add on when you're done with the 8 through 1, with the 4 through 1, also having 2 of the staggered count up and down the strings. Go each string and just try and hold this bar chord if you can, and just alternate pick for a while. So like with each string, you can just think of your own amount of time you want to do it for, but I always like to do this because it's just one great way to like get a nice extra workout with this. So just hold the string like this and go at it. Go slow if you need to, again, for that accuracy. And so on. Or you can get it a little faster eventually to where you're really able to apply things. So you can see I'm tensing a little, I have to check it. It's ironic that when you're able to just relax the muscles that you're not using, it frees up a lot of energy in where you need to be using it. So like when I'm tense, it's harder to like do that, but when I relax everything, remind myself, it becomes a lot smoother and easier to like achieve it. See, a lot of the power just goes right to here. Really be conscientious of your wrist, making sure it's relaxed. Feel like you kind of let loose. You'll feel